Hi, it's Mimi Chen. I'm sitting here with Keith Andrews of the Keith Andrew Network. And I think that if you want to have a good time watching him interact with people, then this is the show for you.
Welcome to the Keith Andrew Network. This is episode 689. That's right, 689. I'm here. It's a talented and beautiful and a good friend of mine, Mimi Chen. That's what I say. It's a real honor and privilege to have you back on the show for a second time.
Well, thank you, Keith. It's nice of you to invite me again.
No, absolutely. Supporting a good cause. And hey, you're making a new friend out of it, but you already know that from the first time.
Yeah, I really enjoyed. You had another Zoom meeting where you had a bunch of people that you had already interviewed, and they were all very nice.
No, absolutely. You're referring to my 70-year anniversary, right?
Yep, that was fun.
I wish more people joined, but hey, it is what it is, right?
You know what I found about trying to get a group of people together at the exact same time? It's like herding cats. Everybody's got a different schedule. So it's easier one-on-one.
No, absolutely. What annoyed me, it aggravated me about it was everyone had a whole month in advance, and at the last possible minute said, "Oh, something came up." Really, 10 minutes right before we're supposed to do something, something magically fell from the sky, right?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, shit happens. Remember
Yeah, sure
PG,
does.
PG-13, you can say anything you want, talk about whatever you want. But
Yay!
while we're on the subject, actually, let me turn the light on real fast. While we're on the subject, I'm not going to do my 8-year anniversary, 9-year anniversary, because I don't want to repeat myself every single year. So I'm
Yeah.
actually going to wait for my 10-year anniversary, and so it'll be more special. So give it some time in between, let some things happen. But, it's hit and miss. But the biggest thing is that I don't want to constantly repeat myself year after year because it's what really changed.
No, it's funny. I don't think you will have any repeats. If you do your anniversary celebration, I think different people will join and everybody will have something different to say. So don't worry about repeating yourself.
Absolutely. And now for people who want to know who Mimi Chan is, you are a professional actor. You're a radio host. And actually, if you're interested, I do have a great idea for you. You're also a co-founder of a startup company. And the last time you were on my show was August 23rd. I almost said 98, but let's say 98. We didn't even have Zoom back then. August 23rd, 2018.
Oh, okay. A couple years ago.
And everyone can go to YouTube or Facebook and make sure to type in episode 535. So the question I want to ask you is how you been for 2 years? How you been hanging in there?
Everything has been good, but as you know, 2020 has become the shit year, the year that everybody wants to, completely forget, do over. I I I am not liking 2020 at all. So, even though I think I'm a pretty happy person in general, it's yeah, we're not doing great this year.
No, absolutely. How's quarantine been for you? Because I know you do some voiceovers, for acting, there's no really acting roles. I mean, there are acting because, they are filming Stargirl. They are filming Doom Patrol. By the way, that's a good show. I'd recommend that for viewers. Watch Doom Patrol. And Stargirl is pretty interesting. It gets boring, but then it picks up again. So, it's CW. We got to do about it.
Well,
But
I feel very sorry for the entire entertainment industry because right now, being in quarantine, I don't mind hanging out in my house. always been kind of a solitary person, but this whole impact that it's had on the entertainment industry, as you know, in music, people make money playing music, and people love going to shows, and there's no more shows, no more live music. So musicians who are on the road, usually touring to make their money, not happening. And also, the film industry is fairly shut down. They do cast via Zoom, and they have now new rules of social distancing if they do location shooting, but it's bad.
No, absolutely. I don't know about filming, but I mean, for music, all you need, it's pretty much, you can do it from your own bedroom, pretty much. I can actually do it from my own bedroom if I want to. You just need soundproof your room and sound equipment. And what I mean by that, some people actually sound better on CD than in person. Maroon 5. Maroon 5 was horrible in person. Great on CD because you can edit the voice, but in person it doesn't carry over. But there's some people like Adele, she just edits her stuff really great. Um, I don't know, like anyone else out there, but there's certain things you can do at home and still say, "Hey, I released a new album." But there's
Mm.
some people you really want to go and see in person, but it's kind of like some people make that transition over. It's like, it just say where you are. You sound better just on CD. Or some people are like, you definitely need to put yourself out there.
I know. I tell you, sometimes when I see some of these artists live, I get very disappointed. It's true. But then there are always a few artists out there who, when you see them live and they sound better than they do on record, that's the magic. That's when you know that going to a live performance is unlike anything. I got to see Elton John before, he shut down his tour. And, well, first he shut his tour down due to sickness, and then COVID came. So, but still, like, what a wonderful thing, his farewell tour. It just shows how incredible he is. So,
No, absolutely. And I tried looking you up on Instagram. I see you haven't created an Instagram yet.
oh, I do have an Instagram account. It's DJ Me Me Me. You have to add an extra MI.
Oh, I definitely send you a follow me request.
Okay.
And actually, while on the subject, social media, with everything that you accomplish in your life, do you think social media can make you or break you?
For a lot of the kids coming up nowadays, I think they place a little bit too much emphasis on social media. Some of them seem to, their whole goal seems to be the influencer, and I respect that because I have met a couple influencers who are now in the million range of followers. But then I don't know what the long range goal would be. Is it to continue what they do and eke out a small living? Because even with several million followers, you don't really earn that much. Um, you can only earn money if you get, endorsement deals, like get a big company to sponsor you. So then you essentially do ads for the company. But I saw how hard they work. It's a lot of work. They make videos. They're working on it every day. It's actually more work than people think to be one of those big million influencer types. So I
No,
guess
I
it's fine
agree.
for some. It's whatever you enjoy. I see that they enjoy it, so I'm happy for them.
One thing that annoys me is I actually started to reach out and interview kid actors and teenage actors, and I'm looking at their numbers like 5,000, 6,000, and I'm looking at my numbers like I can even get. I'm lucky enough to get 1,000, but it's kind of like, how do they get it? So it's kind of like one of those things. Are kind of like, am I
I
missing
don't know,
something?
Keith. That I have no idea what the magic is. I think pictures do have a lot to do it. People do seem to favor the supermodel types, but I don't know, or maybe they're just posting all the time.
Well, remember, the faster you go up, it's the faster you come down.
That's true.
Now, the next question I was going to ask you is, how's your startup company going?
Well, we kind of decided to let go of one startup, and it'll be running by itself. But sometimes, as an entrepreneur, you have to do that. You have to say goodbye to your baby. And we've decided to start another one, and this one is called, this company is called Q Entertainment, and we're going to make video games. Video games is way more fun than just a pure tech company.
No, absolutely. So what type of video games do you make?
It will be PC based, and it'll be open world exploration. So it's not one of these shooter type games. I myself, I know that shooter games are very popular, but for some reason when I do shooting, it makes me stressed out. What can I say? So I figure it's more calm to go and explore a different world and immerse yourself. It's what it is.
No, absolutely. For an example, you can make a Dragon Ball Z game where it's like one person of view, and or not even a one person, where you just go out and you walk across the ocean right behind you and power up, and you see like the waves. It's always good to be fun and different. Or a wrestling game, if you're stressed out, you can create that. I used to do that too. When I used to get mad, I used to create the person who I was mad at and then beat the crap out of them in the video game. And those are fun. But the first-person shooter games, they really get boring after a while. And I used to like Grand Theft Auto and Saints Row, where you go blow things up. That really gets old. And to be honest, it kind of bothers me after a while.
Yeah, that's why we want to make it a very calm game, because everybody right now, because of the COVID nightmare, Black Lives Matter,
Yeah.
and all kinds of social issues, political matters, the arguing between politics from my right-wing and left-wing friends, everybody's stressed out. There's so many people out of work. As a matter of fact, they said that the amount of people out of work is equivalent to 37 states. That's pretty bad.
It is.
So,
But to tell you, oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Oh, no. Go ahead.
But to tell you, unemployment's down.
It depends on what sector you're talking about, because the jobs that are being offered are very service oriented, and for a lot of highly trained professionals, the bigger jobs are not coming back. So we're talking a lot of, people who don't mind doing grocery shopping and deliveries and working at Walmart. I mean, those jobs will be increasing due to this kind of crazy economy we have, but all kinds of jobs have disappeared. A lot of brick and mortar stores have closed, and a lot of companies filing bankruptcy. So it's looking pretty grim for the future.
It is. But hopefully things get better.
Yeah, it'll be a while. First, we got to get a vaccine for this damn virus.
No, absolutely. Good news is there's a rumor of saying at the end of December there might be something.
That's true. They are fast tracking this vaccine, and we can only hope and pray that it'll work.
It's true. Or you can take that hypercortisone. It's really good. It's great. I take it every day. It's one of my favorite things I like taking.
Keith, you're awesome, man. I'm impressed. That's a pretty good one. That's a good one. Good imitation.
It's funny. I made a post yesterday, and people were like, "Oh, you don't like Trump?" No, I don't like him. He's an asshole. And I'm like, "Oh, you're saying that because he's president?" No, actually, I have another reason. A long time ago, my parents were living in one of his apartments his father gave him. And the apartment was filled with roaches and rats and all that shit. And my parents wanted to break the lease. And somehow the toilet seat was broken. And so he said, "You can't sue us. We're an empire. And
Wow.
we're going to sue you over a broken toilet seat." I'm like, "You have billions of dollars, and you're suing my parents over a broken toilet seat. How
You're
about the
kidding.
rats and the roaches? Well,
Ew.
they have rights too. And, it's big, it's wonderful, and they need a place to stay too." It's kind of like, so my dad has it, somewhere. I like to see it. It says Donald J. Trump sues you over a replacement of a broken toilet seat. That's why I don't like him. And people are like, "Oh, you're saying that because he's, the orange Cheeto, or he's not all there." There's some things I do agree with Trump on. Yes, I will admit that there are some things I do agree on. But if you look up the video, what the Rock said, the Rock did a video recently about the COVID-19. Says, "Where is our reader? Where is the person in charge?" We're going backwards instead of
Yeah.
forwards. It's like
Yeah.
my dad watched the series yesterday. It's like 1968 was the riots. We're going backwards. You
Yeah.
know, Not to talk about political things or anything, but you want to go protest? Absolutely. 100% go do whatever makes you happy. But absolutely, under no circumstances should people riot. That's where you draw the line.
Well, that's why, the protesters themselves are now being very careful and cautious about maintaining a peaceful protest. And actually, because my daughter went out and she's a Black Lives Matter protester, and she said that they were organized in a way that they were trying to protect local businesses from all the opportunistic criminals that were taking advantage of the situation to wreak havoc and do the smash and grabs on the stores.
No, absolutely. Now I'm going to pass this show over to you, and I don't mean to talk about political things, freedom of speech, self-expression. I'm passing the show over to you. Was there anything you want to talk about? Anything you wanted to promote?
Well, I am currently doing some fundraising. As you know, a couple years ago, I had diagnosed with breast cancer, and then I went through some treatment, and I have beat it into remission, yay! But, for many patients, cancer doesn't really care about COVID. I mean, when you think about it, it's even worse for them now. So my friend Charlie Schlatter, he's another actor. He nominated me to become Woman of the Year
No,
for
congrats.
the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. This is an annual event they have. What it is, it's just a fancy way to term this whole fundraising process. But I put a team together of people, and we just have been actively fundraising and trying to get people to donate. And so keep your fingers crossed that I'll become a Woman of the Year in Los Angeles. I don't hope to win it really, but it'll be funny because the
Well,
title just makes me laugh.
I tell you what, Woman of the Year, you definitely deserve it.
Well,
I,
I'll send you the link to my fundraising page, and when you post my episode, you can put the link underneath. Say please donate to Mimi's, because I only have 2 more weeks left. So 2 more weeks of fundraising, and then they close it down, and we'll see, add up the totals and see who wins.
no,
So
absolutely. If you ever
keep your
need me to
fingers crossed.
promote, if you need me to promote anything, just send it my way. You help me, I help you.
Yeah, no, it would be wonderful.
Was there any new projects were you working on? Like, would you ever be interested in being like a brand ambassador or?
You know, because right now the acting is very quiet. The productions are still in hold. A lot of them still have not started up. So I'm like I said, currently working on this game company, and then, cleaning up a few other items on my bucket list, just going through my house and doing some massive cleaning. And we're talking 20 years of accumulation in this house, so it's taken a while.
If salad, you make money.
Yeah, that's true. I'm a little too lazy to sell a lot of this stuff, so I will say Goodwill is going to benefit greatly from me doing this. I guess, the inspiration from the Marie Kondo thing, but I'm not one of those. Her shows, it looks like people, take a week and they clean up their house, and I think to myself, oh my gosh, it will take me longer than a couple weeks to clean up this house.
Hey, at least you have time to do what you want, right?
Yeah, the time thing is not as good as you would think, because, that means I'm underemployed. But I'm still doing radio on the weekends, so that's fun.
Well, off the air, I do have 2 ideas for you. It's about wrapping up. How can people follow you on social media? Are you on LinkedIn, Twitter, Instagram?
Yes, Instagram, my handle is DJ Mimi, DJ Mimi. And then you could find me on Twitter, Mimi_the sound. And Keith and I are already connected. So if you find Keith, you probably can find me somehow, I guess. Look at his tweets, I guess, when you tweet my episode, right?
Right.
And then LinkedIn, it is some strange, I can't spell it out. I think it's LinkedIn/IN/Mimi Chen, but unfortunately, there's a lot of Mimi Chens out there. But if you go to Facebook, my fan page is facebook.com/Mimi Chen Fun. So that's the fun stuff I like to post. Because if you go to my personal page, it's nothing but ranting, about the current administration.
Like I
It
said,
would only,
well,
only makes you annoyed.
well, that's the thing with people. You have to pussyfoot around. You can't say this. You can't say that. For me, I'm the type of person to say, just say whatever you want, get it over with. Rip the Band-Aid off. You think I'm an asshole? Okay, fine, whatever. At least just say it and move on. Don't say, well, we wanted to say this, but you're very sensitive and you act like a big man child. It's just enough. I said to my brother, I hate excuses. Just say it, okay? Man up to it or woman up to it. Take responsibility and move on, because there's more important things in life than to deal with mindless BS.
I have had varying response to whether I say it bluntly or whether I sugarcoat it a little bit. It's a very interesting thing to see how people react, because sometimes the blunt way is not necessarily the best way. Sometimes doing the, I hate to say it, but, try to sugarcoat a little bit might be a more tactful way to go, I guess. You have to judge accordingly. Some people, like for you, it sounds like you've got a strong will, and therefore if someone tells you bluntly what they're thinking, then you're going to just sit there and go, okay, thanks for sharing your thoughts, and you move on. Some people just, they can't let go. They hold the grudges, which I think is very unhealthy.
I made a Trump post about Trump, how he's the devil, and 2 people were saying, that's it, Keith. We're no longer friends. I can't be friends. I don't want to be a fan of yours. I'm like, okay, bye.
See, I can't let politics interfere with my friendships. I do have some friends from childhood, and I treasure them. And yeah, okay, we don't see eye to eye on politics, but that doesn't mean they're not good people. So
yeah,
it's hard. I do understand that, there's a lot of unfriending going on, and it's sad to me that, especially if it's somebody that they've known for years and years and years.
hey, you know what? It, it's not your karma, and eventually, once you become rich and famous, they're gonna say, "Oh well, you know, I always supported you. I'm sorry about whatever happened." I'm like, "Nope. Well, you can just pull up your past manuscript and say, well, you said this on this certain day." So it's kind of like you
Yeah,
don't want to be that type of person.
that's why now Twitter's been around for a long time, and people are researching past tweets, and they're
Yeah.
finding people saying all sorts of crappy things, from being racist to just being lousy to people. And I kind of am glad that I didn't have this internet when I was a kid, because I probably would have posted some horrible things.
Hey, you live and learn. But I do have a
Absolutely.
couple questions for you off the air. But
Okay.
wrapping up, when I first approached you to be a guest on my talk show once again, what was your honest first reaction? What made you say yes, and how do you feel now?
I think, because you and I already had a meeting, I felt good to, accept again. And I think, actually, my reaction to the first time you asked me, I'm like going, "Who is this guy?" Then we met, and I'm like, oh, "Okay, he's okay." So that was my reaction to you asking me on your show again.
No, absolutely. You know, a lot of people, I introduce myself. A lot of people say cold calling, but I'm not really selling anything, kind of. I'm just trying to say, hey, I have a talk show. Would you like to be a guest? Some people say yes, like you. Other people are like, well, I need to check. Of course, you will say, I have to check you out. Okay, yeah, sure, no problem. I have nothing to hide. But then they're like, oh, I didn't want to do your show because I thought it was a scam. I thought it was this. I thought it would be political. I'm going to say this for the record. My talk show is freedom of speech, freedom of self-expression. You say what you want, express how you want. By doing my show, you're supporting people, you're supporting someone with disabilities, and you're supporting people with disabilities, saying, if he can do it, he can do it too. Uncensored, freedom of speech, self-expression. And it's just a normal conversation. I want it to be real. I want it to be authentic. I don't want it to be copy and paste like Bill Maher, Bill O'Reilly, even though I do lots of shows, but you want to be different. And sometimes that's great with people. You can connect to them. Other times, they go, crazy or batshit crazy. But, you can't cater everyone, because if you cater to this person, then you're like, oh, well, you can cater to me. Then the next person, you can cater to me. And then you kind of lose yourself, and kind of like, how's the show any different? But you just be yourself, you be upfront, and it's, hey, I say stupid things. Okay, I admit that, but I have a good heart and I'm a good person. I can't
Mm,
help what comes out of my mouth, but that's what being human is about. You're just gonna express yourself.
yep, definitely. It's a good thing. And I'm just full of admiration at your tenacity.
No,
The,
absolutely. Now I do have a couple questions for you off the air, but wrapping up our interview segment. It was a real honor and privilege having you as a guest, and I'm looking forward to part 2 down the road.
Hi, I'm Paisley Blackburn.
I'm Ashley Burgess.
Hi, my name is Jeanette Abney.
Hi, I'm Sharon Spank.
Hey, this is Samantha Moore.
Hi, I'm Melody Jones.
Hi, my name is Becky Yee.
Hi, you're watching the Keith Andrew Network.